Super Cruisers, it's Kevin and Frank from Cruising with Wheels.
And today it's all about booking that senior cruise. Run!
So before we get started today, I want to encourage everybody to click that like button. It helps us out. It helps us get found, and that will help other cruisers out there.
Find us.
Find us. Find us. Now, if you're over 55 and you're planning your next cruise, there are some things worth considering as you choose the perfect cruise for you. Like, are you a single senior cruiser, traveling with your spouse, or with a multi-generational family?
The cruise line and ship you choose could make a big difference for your experience.
And here are some things that you need to look at.
Right. Deciding on whether it's going to be smaller ships versus the big mega ships. Now, the smaller ships can offer you a more relaxing, intimate atmosphere because there's less square footage to cover and they don't have all that crazy hoopla, you know, the bells and whistles of the mega ships that maybe families with kids would want. And the smaller ships from, let's say, higher-end cruise lines like Azamara, Regent Seven Seas, or Viking,
Now you're talking.
which can be more expensive than the mainstream cruise lines like Carnival NCL or RCCL, they attract the older guests and less families with children. But if you are cruising with the whole family, you might want those bells and whistles of the mega ship to keep them all busy and out of your hair.
Now, conservative or adults-only cruise lines, there are a lot of cruise lines that focus on an adult-only atmosphere. The new brand I'm thinking of, Virgin Voyages, is 100% adults-only with cruisers 18 years or older.
Really?
Again, the higher-end cruise lines will attract the older cruiser who has the money to spend. Their kids are all gone and out of the nest.
Thank God.
But don't discount other cruise lines like Princess or Celebrity.
Yeah.
They're considered a bit more conservative with an older crowd, but try to stay away from those party ships unless that's your thing. Could be your thing.
Could be.
No lots of sexy seniors.
That's right.
That like to party.
Hardy on the dance floor and drinking up a storm. We all know them. Sorry. Now, mega ships with kid-friendly options if you're traveling with the family. Yes, you are gonna want to book on a mega cruise ship. There's all the amenities for everyone in your group. You know, your kids maybe in their 30s and 40s, your grandkids, toddlers and teens. You've got theater shows, go-karts, laser tag, roller coaster, sports complex, ice skating, karaoke, the flow rider, and a slew of kids clubs and activities.
I want to see you on that.
But
flow
remember,
rider.
I want to remember to the seniors, you're as young as you feel. You can get into all that too.
Now, cabin choice is going to obviously be important, and it's going to depend on your financial situation.
Definitely.
Just like other travelers, your budgets vary, right? So some of you live on modest retirement incomes, while others have the finances to book luxurious suites on upscale cruise lines. Thankfully, there are enough cabins across the industry to allow you to find a voyage, itinerary, and cabin at a price point and style that fits your preferences and circumstances. Whether it's an inside cabin, a balcony, or a suite, there's something available for everyone.
Now, you also want to think about, are you a single cruiser? And you just need a single cabin? Or you're not, and you don't want them with you?
Maybe you want connecting cabins.
Yeah, connecting cabins is the way to go. Now, most of the cruise lines are now offering solo cabins,
which is nice
for that single cruiser. But you know, if you are traveling, because we know a lot single cruisers that don't do the solos, but they will still book that balcony or that suite just for themselves. But if you are traveling with other members of the family, you can book connecting cabins. You can have your own space. So
I personally think that solo cabins would be great for a married couple. It might save their marriage. I don't know.
well, you always want to have that peace and privacy, and leave again the activity in the other cabin.
Now, you might want to think about an exclusive ship suites and complexes, right? It's another option for traveling with your family.
Yes.
You can book a cruise with cabins and suite complexes, such as the MSC Cruises Yacht Club, and Norwegian has the Haven.
Yes.
Now, if you have the finances to do that, it's a great option. And you can enjoy the benefits of being on a larger ship while also being able to retreat.
Yeah.
Right?
Ship
to
within a ship.
less crowded,
Yeah.
limited access restaurants they have. They have lounges and sun decks. Specific to Royal Caribbean and celebrity ships, they offer what they call suite class for upper category cabins. While the suites aren't grouped together, residents still have access to exclusive restaurants and lounges and deck areas. So you might want to check into that.
Right. The next thing to talk about when booking a senior cruise is, are you in need of an accessible cabin? Due to mobility, sight, hearing, or other health issues, some of us seniors require accessible cabins. And although most cruise lines offer accessible cabins, the number of cabins on any cruise ship is likely to vary and be also very limited. In general, newer ships and ones that have been recently refurbished tend to be more wheelchair friendly. Some lines require disabled individuals to travel with a companion if they are unable to care, dress, or feed themselves.
Now, when it comes to seniors, the right itineraries are important. You're seniors, you're pretty much empty nesters, we hope anyways. You're no longer juggling family and careers and should be able to travel for longer periods of time. The longer the itinerary, the more likely you're going to find other senior travelers. Many seniors want to travel longer and deeply immerse themselves in their selection of the location, right? Or maybe you're a first-time cruiser, finally taking a long-awaited bucket list trip.
We have a lot of things on our bucket list.
A lot of things on our bucket
I know.
list. Gotta wait till I'm a senior.
I know. Lord, I won't be around.
That's okay. I'll take one of those solo cruises.
The next thing on the list to consider is the length of the cruise, right? Again, we're going to go back to, you're retired, you've got the time, you've got the money. You wonder why. It's amazing to me that these world cruises, okay, some of these world cruises are like 6 to 8 months long.
I love it.
And they book up in one day. It's amazing. Some of you seniors have got buco bucks, okay? Leave the 3 to 5 to 7 day cruises for the youngsters with the kids. It's your time to get away. So book that world cruise.
Now you want to consider the time in port. The longer the cruise, the longer the time in port generally. So try to find a cruise where it's not just 8 hours for each port, but maybe an overnight in some ports. You can experience the culture during the day and also at night.
Right.
I know there's a lot of cruises like St. Petersburg. That's overnight.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, Bermuda, they dock.
Bermuda, they
3
dock
days.
3
You got
days.
3 days to go wild. The next thing to consider is, are you traveling in season or off season? Now, off season travel provides you an opportunity to take more cruises because you're not spending higher dollars on that cruise fare for in-season travel. Or you can take advantage of maybe a repositioning cruise, right? Leaving from one port and ending up in another port because they've repositioned the ship.
Right.
Maybe do a back-to-back. Maybe that's affordable, where 1 week you're on one ship and then you hop onto another cruise for the next week.
Now, for seniors, I want to say, don't cross-themed cruises
Right.
off of what you should be looking for.
They're not all Star Trek.
Right. Now, for all you seniors that have taken up a hobby, maybe there's a themed cruise for you.
Right.
You can find themed cruises with like-minded people interested in things that you like, such as photography, knitting, sports, food and wine, music. I mean, really anything. They have themed cruises for everything. There was a themed cruise I saw for the crazy cat ladies.
I know.
So,
if that's you,
go for it.
Bros. The next thing to think about is, what is the onboard entertainment going to be like that reflects what you're interested in? If the ship's entertainment is your top priority, then take a deep dive into the offerings of each cruise line and decide what's best for you. Is it their theater shows? Because the big ships do like the more of the modern pop and rock music in their performances, like NCL, Royal Caribbean. They even have Broadway shows on certain ships. The smaller, maybe the more upscale lines tailor their entertainment to appeal to maybe cruisers of a certain age, where there'll be nostalgic tunes, the 70s, or maybe prior to that, going back like Peggy Lee, Frank Sinatra, whatever. Or maybe you can enjoy some folkloric and classical music performances.
folkloric?
Yes, folkloric. Is it like strumming a guitar? Really laid back. I don't know. Sounds very 60s to me. But maybe for entertainment, you're looking to take onboard classes, if that's your thing. Like maybe learning new languages, wine tasting events, computer classes, music lessons. Maybe you're looking for offerings like guest lecturers, experts, celebrities on the arts, sciences, politics, and humanities. I'm telling you, cruise lines offer a lot.
Now, when it comes to shore excursions and tours, there's a lot more than just the basic bus tours.
Yes.
For the senior cruiser. Now, old is just a state of mind. You have to remember that. And you can be as active as your body lets you, or as relaxed as you need to be. You can find excursions that fit any of your interests, whether it be food tours, hiking adventures, walking city tours, museums, landmark tours, whale watching, train rides. I mean, I've seen hot air balloon rides. There's tons and tons and tons to look through. For those overnight ports, look into a multi-day tour.
Yes.
It's very interesting, from beautiful capital cities to glorious national parks.
Yeah, these ships dock in amazing places. And if you can get that overnight stay, you can really, really tour that city. The next thing on the list, and the final thing, is you really need to think about your health and any medical needs you have. Always make sure you check in with your doctor and make sure you are physically healthy enough for traveling. Mm-hmm. Now, most major cruise lines are equipped to provide 24-hour care for minor health problems like nausea, seasickness, colds, whatever. And they can dispense certain medications, and they're trained to, stabilize you in an event of an emergency. But, for serious issues like cardiac symptoms, stroke, maybe a major fall or accident, a seriously ill passenger will likely need to be transported to the nearest land-based medical facility. Larger and newer ships tend to be better equipped.
And this is why we always suggest to anybody of any age, get travel insurance, because that'll cover you.
Absolutely.
We hope we've helped you with all the facts you need to make a decision if you're a wannabe senior cruiser. And we want to thank you for joining us for our video today. And remember, don't just watch our videos on YouTube or Facebook. Hit that subscribe button and become a regular Cruising with Wheels family member. And what else can they do?
Click that little bell and you'll get automatic notifications when our videos go live or when we go live. And remember, we're on the other social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
We also want to remind you about Frank's Passion Project Cruise Chat. All you have to do is click to join. It's right on Facebook. It's where like-minded cruisers get together to talk about cruising.
Yay!
And remember to always travel safe
And cruise often.